Greetings, everyone. Just a short video update about a couple of discoveries I found today. One is kind of like an expansion of something that I already knew was there, and the other is something that I just didn't know about. It's over in the stable or the shed. It's not a full-fledged storage building, but it does have some stuff stored in there. It's a little chilly. Uh, Today was actually much warmer and felt really nice. It was about 11 degrees Celsius. I can't remember exactly how much that is in Fahrenheit. I just filled up the kerosene stove again because I think it's going to be pretty chilly tonight. The temperature has dropped again, so my hands are already cold. So I'm about to get this room warmed up for the evening. But there are a couple of things I wanted to show you. I did pick up, the stuff from the hardware store that I showed you in the other video, right? I'm trying to keep the videos in order, but like I said, I'm a little busy trying to do a couple of things here, and I'm tired of sitting so much in my computer chair. It's not good. You can't see my legs, but my feet and my legs have swollen up a lot over the past couple of days for two reasons. One, too much sitting, and the other reason is, and the main reason is because I got too much sodium a couple of days ago. I ate some snacks, some corn snacks, and they had tons of sodium, salt, and stuff in there. I didn't realize it was so bad, but I learned my lesson. My legs are doing much better today. I slept with them propped up last night, so big improvement. Let's start over here because this is the easiest spot. It it started raining a little bit, but it seems to have slacked off. So let's step out here. The snowstorm just crushing everything out here. It has revealed a lot of things that I didn't see before. And of course, this is the old bathhouse. It has the bathtub in it and some washing stuff and things like that. But just out here, there's this very large rectangular concrete area. And inside, when I look inside, I see some stacked pots and pans, pottery, planters. Some of the pieces, of course, of the bathhouse have fallen into it. But I realized that this is a concrete wall that goes all the way around. There's a huge rectangular concrete wall, and it looks like it's about maybe 2.5 feet in height. So I would say less than 1 meter, maybe about 3/4 of a meter tall. I don't know how, if it has a concrete bottom or what, but I was thinking, hey, this is like my envisioned dream of having a really nice big hot tub that many people could get into. And how cool would that be to turn this into just that, the really big, large, rectangular hot tub? Now, if that's not a cool project, I don't know what is, but it got me excited. I didn't see the full layout of this until after the snow and the ice had beat it down and made it visible. And I thought, it's even in a good location. It's right behind the house. You can sit here and just, you have the house on one side, and then you have the stone wall right on the other side, and then the tree line and all of that on the other side. And it's completely private. Nobody can see you back here. This is the view. If you're sitting here in a hot tub, this is your view. And of course, this grass can be cut down, all this grass and all of that. And then you can see the tree line and all of that. It's just, oh, it's very cool. Now, let's go take a look at the other thing. One of the viewers, he goes by Z on YouTube. He's probably watching this, and I told you about this earlier, but this is the, I guess, the visual reveal for everybody, plus the reveal, like the information reveal for everybody else besides Z and my other friend, Daniel, who I both messaged about this. But once again, this is an area that the snow and the ice beat down and made available to me. So if you've been watching my channel, you know that there are several buildings here. There's not just the house, over here, that's That's the main house right there. And behind me here is the main kura, which is a 2-story large kura. And on the other end down there, right around the corner, you can't see it right now, is the guest house kura, which is smaller, but it's also 2 floors. And the roof has caved in. You can't really get up to the second floor. There's some stuff up there, but I don't know what's up there. Eventually, when I'm able to clear out around it all the debris and find a safe way to get up there and look around, I'll do that. But this is what I've been calling basically the stable or the barn, or the horse barn, because that's kind of what it looks like on the outside. But look up here. You see up here where the grass and the weeds and everything's like really, really tall. That was like that all the way around, all the way over here. And so even when I tried to cut in here with the weed eater, it was just so thick and there's so much grass. It was difficult to get in here and see anything inside. So I couldn't really get that close. But today when I came outside and noticed that it has been knocked down so much by the snow and the ice that I was able to go in here with a little tool and just cut out a little bit when I was taking a break and getting away from the computer. I just grabbed one of my hose and used it to cut through here a little bit. So let's walk up here. I want to show you what I found. Okay, so yeah, uh, I was only able to get up to about right here. So if you look, we're just underneath the edge, and I don't know if you can tell in this video, but when you look at it from way over there, you can see that the building is leaning back a little bit, and there's the stone wall. So that stone wall that goes all the way over around the property, all the way around the back, past the hot tub, and all the way around, that stone wall comes all the way over here, all the way over there. And I think that it just, well, the way it appears, the wood over here, I think right here you can see it's leaning a little bit, right? You can see a couple of the beams that they've begun to lean a little bit. The building as a whole has begun to lean just a little bit that way. I'm glad it's not leaning towards the kura, because that would be bad for the building to be leaning against the other building. But it appears to be not moving too much during a big rain 2 or 3 months ago. That's when I noticed that it had changed a lot in the leaning. So I think maybe the ground, just from the amount of water, it just caused the ground to get softer, and then it leaned a little bit. This is a pretty cool view of the house, I think, from here. From here you can see. Uh, can I make it a little lighter? Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought that looked cool. I wanted to show you. But here's the thing. Let's take a look inside if we can. This is the main thing that I discovered over here. If you can see inside there, there is a huge amount of firewood in here. There are like 2 huge stacks side by side, about 14 or so feet long, and maybe 4 feet deep, two stacks side by side. And then I just realized earlier after that there's more right here. So maybe this size is about half the size of that over there. So 1.5 of these huge stacks. And just based on my estimate, according to the price of what they sell firewood for at the local hardware store, you get a bundle of firewood, hardwood. Well, it is kind of, yeah, it is kind of hardwood in a way. But you buy one bundle of this firewood to bring home and use. It is about $5, basically about $5. If you were to bundle all of this up for that same price, with this wood here, plus all of that wood over there, it is easily over $3,000 worth of firewood. Pretty amazing. If I were to use this firewood just to keep myself warm which I don't have a place to burn. I don't have a wood stove in there. There is an irori, but you don't really put wood into the irori. So even if I had the chimney system set up to where it could, you know, ventilate and get all of the smoke out, you're not supposed to put firewood directly into the irori out like that. You're supposed to use a special type of charcoal. So I would need a wood burning stove. I could get a wood burning stove for relatively cheap and put it in there and put a chimney and then start using this wood to stay warm. And I think I am going to do that for a couple of reasons. First of all, kerosene is not cheap. If I want to keep the just one room really nice and toasty, I can do that with the kerosene heater. But burning it, let's say 8 hours. Okay, let's just say 8 hours in a whole day. I don't want to burn it all day long. Let's say 8 hours a day. I burn it on a medium setting and I have a fan that can kind of blow the heat around the room. It's only going to last maybe 3.5 days before I have to go fill it up. How much does that cost? That's 20 liters of kerosene, and it costs about it costs about 2,000 yen, but it's about $16, about 16 US dollars. So think about that. $16 every 3.5 days to buy more kerosene just to heat one room. But if I spent about $100 on a wood stove that can heat the entire room also, I have fuel for free. And this fuel will last me a very, very long time. I could if I burned all of this as fast as possible, it would probably last me 10 winters. Just for me. As I look around, there's a lot more stuff too. Like right here, there's more wood that can be burned. It's, logs and pieces of scrap that aren't good for anything. And even, sorry if the phone's shaking, my hands are cold. I forgot my gloves and it's cold out here. But there's some other pieces of wood out here that can't be used. These can be chopped up and burned. There's old pieces of bamboo that can be burned. And I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a lot of stuff out here, and I'm not sure what all I'm gonna find. But besides the walls, because I think this building is gonna have to come down. Unfortunately, it's just not in good condition. Maybe it's possible that somehow it could be repaired and then and used somehow. But because it's leaning and stuff, it's going to need some work beyond what I can do myself. But if for some reason it has to come down, then there's a lot of material out here. Not only the wood and stuff that's in the building itself, but also there's a ton of hardwood just leaning against the wall over there. And there's more material over here. There are even doors over there, door frames. There are about 5 or 6 door frames that are over there, just door frames with no middle piece. There's some tin out here and other stuff, some boxes, and you can't really see it. Let me try to show you over here. If you look in the rafters up here, it's a little dark, but in the rafters up here, they've got some stuff stored and stashed away. And so now I'm wondering, is this where they hid the old family katana, the family samurai equipment, and the gold? The gold. It must be here. I can smell it. Maybe that's just me. Either way, priceless, right? Anyway, enough nonsense. There's a lot of stuff out here to go through. Obviously, some of it's just going to be burnable stuff. Some of it's going to be junk. Some of it I'm going to have to throw away. But there's a lot of value. Even if you were to say there's nothing out here but wood, well, that means it can either be burnt or it can be used to build something or repair something. To be honest, even if nothing else really valuable can come out of here, I believe that there's enough wood out here where I can build my kitchen floor without having to buy any wood for the kitchen floor. That would be awesome. And some of these beams between the kura over there and the beams up here, there are a lot of big pieces that I can use for floor joists. So it really does look like I don't really need to buy any wood to do the main repairs to the house. It looks like I have enough wood out here. But anyway, right now I don't have my watch on and I can't see the time, but it's getting to be around 5 o'clock. The sun is starting to set. You can see my hand is shaking because it's cold. It's different if you just go to a place and you look around, you see an abandoned place or something and you just go look around. But when you actually own it and you don't know it's there yet and you just start digging around and finding stuff, it's pretty cool. And granted, I've already found some pretty cool stuff and there's still some more stuff. I mean, there are things in the house that I don't even know about yet. And I'll get there. I'll get to the point where everything is gone through and I've checked everything out. But I'm excited to see that there's still stuff in here that could be really interesting and valuable, and some stuff maybe even in the attic, in the top of the house. I realized that it looks like there's a floor up there. I haven't been up there, so when I start tearing out the ceiling and looking around, who knows what I'll find? Maybe I'll find like several sets of armor and katanas and stuff like that. How cool would that be? Upstairs in the kura here, some of you may already know, I have a complete set of bowling pins up there. So if any of you are interested in buying my bowling pins, then send me a message because I'll be more than happy to send you or sell you a set of English Vera bowling pins. I haven't found a bowling ball, but I did find a bowling bag and a set of golf clubs, actually. Old Pete Nakamura golf clubs. If any of you happen to be around Hiroshima, in Higashi Hiroshima, I'm in the east of Hiroshima City, not too far from the airport, actually. It's a 25-minute drive from the airport to right here. So if you ever have time and you want to come out and help me do something, or just stop by and check it out and say hi, you're welcome to do so. But until then, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Janet.